Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. Seems like it's going to be another double feature weekend. I found a bit of time before I have a tournament later. And in this one, we have two campaign features, one being From the Throne, and the other one being that we start with a cube on crop rotation. From the Throne is a twist that allows us to play the first action we play each turn twice. And that is, of course, super powerful. And starting with a cube on crop rotation means that we don't have to spend those six monies, those six coins to discard to be able to get this very powerful effect. So I presume this kingdom will be rather fast, and also seeing this opening, I think we might be or we might already be in a pickle. As yeah, this is not the greatest opening. Um, anyways, what else is there to show? Well, first I can show the kingdom. We see that we have some alternative victory points in Vineyard. So if you rack up a bunch of actions, they will be worth lots of victory points. We have plus buy in Tiara. We have Plaza and Capital City as villages. Enlarge as trashing, as well as Sentinel, but I think Enlarge here is going to be better, especially early on. If you can still turn your coppers into Patricians, it's very powerful. You do want to probably get rid of all of your estates, but in favor of mills, so you still have something for for crop rotation to discard. And then also there's Ferryman, which comes with Secret Passage. Both things that draw you two cards, and then you'll have to either discard the card or put it back somewhere into your deck. Secret Passage, though, with Patrician, it's not all too bad, and also with Mill or generally victory cards to set up for the start of your next turn. So that's something. And yeah, I don't know. The kingdom plot looks as follows. We have, well, gains, thinning, draw, village, all the things you want in this kingdom. And the main thing that's going to be a bit dicey, I guess, is going to be draw. I guess, yeah, really the only draw here is Patrician. Actually, I don't know why the kingdom plot shows 2 points in draw. One thing you can do, I guess, is, well, with Plaza early on, discard a bunch of coppers or whatever to rack up coffers, and then use those coffers to draw with Capital City later, but it's not really great draw. So yeah, draw seems to be rather tight here. Mm, and thus, yeah, we really just want to get going. But Capital City is great at cycling your deck, so at least there's that. Now, what do we want to open? I haven't prepared any opening hints as it's kind of futile. You will want to discard your victory card in any case. Um, if you, well, I think on the 5-2, of course, you cannot discard the victory card, but you have 5, so you just go for Enlarge. And I would say in any case wherever you hit 5, you go for Enlarge and then be done with it. On the for whatever we have, since we are not going to hit 5, I'm kind of split on what to do. We could go for a mill. Um, this would enable us to hit 5 whenever we find it. But also we could go for a Tiara. Even though it's not an action card, it might allow us to top deck and enlarge. And yeah, we really just want to get into the enlarge business as quickly as possible. So maybe that's the thing to do. The problem about that is that if we again find all of the 3 estates in the same hand, more or less, even with crop rotation, we will again only hit 4. And yeah, I'm not sure. I would say we start this game, this card here, I guess we could also go for Sentinel. It's not out of this world. Trash down some coppers, get some silvers into the deck. Um, yeah, maybe that's actually the best way to go, just because then we'll cycle a bit faster, and so we can always buy silver for just two. So yeah, actually, let's go for the Sentinel. And AI does go for the Enlarge, of course. We, on the other hand, can only play this Sentinel twice. I think we leave two estates in the deck for our Enlarge to hit. Although, no, maybe just one. And then um, next turn we turn the Sentinel into maybe a capital city, and a copper into a patrician or an estate, and be on our way that way. Then we'll only hit four. What do we buy? Probably a mill. So we're not relying on the thingy anymore. Yeah, I like getting really thin really quickly here. So Enlarge it is now. We do find the Enlarge here, but it was rather likely that we would with this business. So we can trash this into, is it capital city or ferryman? Mhm. Ferryman is just a lot of fodder for our Enlarge. Or it could also be another Enlarge, actually. Mm. No, let's go for another Enlarge and buy and gain an estate here instead of a patrician, because an estate we can crop rotate, whereas the patrician next turn is not going to do that much for us. And then buy, maybe guide isn't too bad, because that means that at the beginning of our next turn we're forced to trash two cards. So then our hand size will be decreased drastically. But on the other hand, having the guide now means that we wouldn't double play the next Enlarge, because we would need to double play the guide first. So maybe it's just a silver, or maybe it's a guide and we can still enlarge it if we so want to. And we do not find any of our estates, and that's really, really bad. Okay, let's get a patrician and enlarge this maybe into capital city, double play this, and now get our hands on all of those patricians. Probably buy a copper here, just as fodder for these enlarges. And yeah, I mean, we could. There would also be another way where we only single play this Enlarge, and instead of trashing the guide here, we trash another. Yeah, maybe that's better. Just single playing this, turning one of the estates into a mill, getting the guide into play. We top decked an estate, so that's good, and we can still buy a patrician. Yeah, I think this was slightly better, but I could be convinced otherwise also. Yeah, so now we discard this estate. We'd probably turn one more copper into one more estate. And yeah, is delving. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. We trash. Or probably we just turn a patrician into a tiara. Top decking something might be, being able to top deck something might be better. Yeah, I think that's good. So now we double play the mill. Decline that, and now discard these two, and we're guaranteed to draw back to the Enlarge. Enlarge can turn this estate also into a mill. We can top deck. Maybe it's just Ferryman as fodder for Enlarge. I guess we could also go for, I don't know, Delve, Guide, whatever. But no, I think Ferryman, which we probably don't want to top deck, is the way to go here. We have so little draw that buying copper there didn't make that much sense. So while AI is going now, let's see what we can do. We could enlarge the secret passage into a gold. The gold is already lots of money because of Tiara, and then guide away this hand. The next hand is going to have another mill in it. So yeah, I think that's the best thing to do here. And this, well, what do we double play here? Probably the mill again. Decline that, but now we can discard Ferryman Gold. And this Patrician, so the last two cards are Patrician and Enlarged. So if we play this mill now, decline here, we're guaranteed to draw through again. This Ferryman can probably become just another Ferryman. At this point, it would be nice to get rid of our coppers somehow. What do we do now? Probably just two Emporia. Later on, not top deck them. Later on, we will be able to use them in conjunction with Capital City to draw just a tiny bit. And also it gave us 4 victory points, so that's quite nice. Yeah, now we should start getting rid of this copper, so we will turn this into an estate, and then if we draw through, which I think we are very unlikely to, we could turn that into another Tiara, but yeah, let's see. We for sure want to discard here and see whether this Patrician can draw us cards, and indeed it does. That was amazing. Yeah, this way we will probably draw through here, and now we have an estate and a mill in there, so Patrician wouldn't draw anything right now. Let's play this Ferryman, discard probably the gold, play the mill to discard 2 more cards costing up to 5. Yeah, I think that's good. Now we can turn this into a Tiara, as we said earlier. We could top deck a mill here, which is probably the best thing to do. Or we top deck the copper for our Enlarge to find. Yeah, let's play this Emporium and the Secret Passage, top decking the copper. I guess, well, we could get more money off of this Tiara. Well, 2 more money if we top deck the mill instead of the copper. Do we want this 2 more money? So we probably want to get a capital city here. And a ferryman, right? Yeah, probably it's better better to just top deck the mill for next turn for our crop rotation to find something. Be a bit, yeah, have a bit more money in hand. We can top deck top deck the secret passage for our enlarge to find, and also top deck a capital city, and then delve once. So we have a silver in deck, and then I think the secret passage can become another enlarge. So we have a triple enlarge action going on. AI is also doing lots of enlarged stuff, lots of cycling stuff with its capital city, probably finding all of its 2 goals. And 3 Emporia here to buy a province. I think the most efficient way to score for us at this point is just going for Vineyards. Like, they are already worth 4 victory points here, and we want to guide. No, we don't want to guide this turn. Yeah, so probably Vineyards is the thing to go for. Let's, as I said, go for another Enlarge. Decline that. Let's see whether the Patrician can do something. Okay, I should have done more secret passage stuff with that Patrician probably. But oh well. We get to decline here and pay 2 to draw a bit. So this is guaranteed. No, it's not guaranteed to draw because the mill is in there. And thus we probably want to, well, first use this Enlarge for maybe just more Ferryman stuff. Just get lots of those nice action cards in here. Let's set up the Patrician to draw. And we still have lots of draw left, so we can, I guess, turn a Ferryman into a potion at this point. Yeah, I think that's good. Decline that. What's the last card? I haven't paid too much attention. I think it's a secret passage. So we can, in principle, discard 2 cards here. I don't think we need the money. So maybe we just top deck a Ferryman and be on with it. And now here we can go for double Vineyard even. Let's top deck one of the Vineyards. Top deck this, decline that. And probably just buy another Ferryman or a capital city. We're a bit low on actions, but yeah, probably just capital city is safest and go for another silver. Decline that and end our buys. And I would say it's looking quite alright. It's only turn 8, wow. This feels like it's been a much longer game. I mean, also time-wise, we're at 18 minutes. But yeah, somehow we're holding on. AI goes for double province again. But because of Vineyards, we're not that scared of that, I'd say. So let's go for this crop rotation here. Can trash, let's say, a Ferryman into more Ferryman. And trash another Ferryman into another Enlarge. Do we want to guide away this hand? In that case, we shouldn't have discarded already, so probably not. Seems a bit suboptimal what I played here, but oh well. Do we want to trash Ferryman or Secret Passage? Also, this is a good question. I think let's actually double play this capital city. In which case, it doesn't really matter that much what we trash. So yeah, sorry, I'm confusing myself a bit. Let's discard those and just go for a bit of draw. We don't need the Tiara just yet, so let's go for more cards here. The Emporia will help our other capital city that we have, right? And now the Secret Passage and Patrician will work together nicely. The last cards are okay. I think I messed this up. Of course, and this is not great because now our Patrician is not very likely to draw. But okay. Mhm. Let's see. That was it was to be expected, but we can just pay for 2 here. We probably want to enlarge this secret passage. We have enlarge in there still. So maybe we have the potion, we have Tiara, we have Enlarged, so 3 cards. What else do we have in there? Maybe one more Ferryman. So let's play the secret passage actually. What do we want to top deck? Let's top deck this, and I think it's just very important to find the potion, and thus, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice a um, bit of stuff for that. So now we get to put those 2 enlarges in play. Probably just go for another estate here. And we don't have that much money. Decline that. But we do have lots of victory points, and our victory points scale while AI's provinces will stay at 6. Actually, how many action cards do we have when... Sorry, I'm going back now. When did our ferryman... Like, when did this trigger off the first? I think it only triggered off the second gain. Well, we can test by gaining just this. Oh, no, okay. So we need 2 more actions at this point in order to bump the vineyards once again. Sorry for this digression. So if we buy Ferryman, they will be worth 2 more. And then we are also, I think, in a good position to just pile out on the next turn. So maybe we just go for a Ferryman, or we top deck another capital city. I feel like Ferryman might be better. We can top deck the Ferryman and top deck the secret passage, and then guide away our hand next turn after having turned them into other cards. Although seeing the Emporium means that we probably hmm, won't be able to do the capital city draw thing. So that's a bit annoying. Or we might just lose here because I haven't properly calculated. I could certainly do Ferryman and 4 estates, or it could just do double province, but apparently it likes to just go for double province, and this means that we can just aim for this estate pile out, because this would mean that let's discard all of this. And discard this Vineyard. We just need to find our Tiara, or our 2 Tiaras, or a Tiara and an Enlarge. Although, no, we still need 1 more point, so let's see. We can just stash this Vineyard at the very bottom. I think that's good. Stash. What else do we stash? Probably not the Enlarge. Let's stash a mill. It's fine. We don't need it that much. So is this a win in hand already? No, it's not. We need like 1 more buy. So play this mill, decline that, play that to set up a draw with Patrician. And yeah, this kingdom is rather clicky. I'm sorry for all that. But what can you do? Can cycle through, and there's the win, I think. We can do the secret passage thing once again to draw here. Play this mill first, probably, and then the capital cities, or maybe secret passage first. Yeah, even though the draw isn't great with all of this cycling, you get through a lot of cards pretty easily. So now I think we just discard these and draw two more, and yeah, we can even, well, pointlessly go through all of this. I guess the secret passage and no, okay, we need to be a bit careful what we trash here. Well, no, we don't need to be that careful because we are going to buy another vineyard. So as long as we go for these estates that way and buy more vineyards. Yeah, sorry, I've probably been torturing you with this pointless click through. Even go for one more silver. We win with 53 victory points after 10 turns, so rather fast. Even though we didn't have that optimal opening, we didn't immediately open with Enlarge. We did find the Sentinel on turn 2, which was great, and we did hit 5 on turn 2 as well. Bottlenecking those two estates was, yeah, rather important because that enabled us to get into the Enlarged business. And then all the way through, we managed to just do a bit more and have a bit higher scoring ceiling than AI had. Although AI was also impressive. I think it double provinced for the last 3 turns and was about to double province or at least enlarge a province and buy a province on the next turn. So our timer was really up. We really needed to win there. Although also even if we hadn't been able to pile out, we probably could have been able to outscore it in a way that it couldn't have caught up even with double province. Like with these two provinces, it would have been at 50 victory points, which is still lower than our 53. Anyways, 27 minutes. Wow, this one is a doozy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will try to catch you in the next one, whenever that may be. Until then, goodbye.